Let me transfer you.
Switch to Farm Bureau Insurance today and get real service instead of getting really tangled up. For auto, home, life, and health, get the membership advantage. Get Farm Bureau Insurance.
Well, certainly I'm extremely proud of our team and how we played. This was a great college basketball game, a great crowd, a great atmosphere, and a highly competitive game that featured runs and great plays by a lot of the players on the court. So it's great to be a part of, and win or lose, it's great to be a part of a game like this. Certainly we're thrilled that we won and we maintain our position atop the A10. But I'm really proud of my guys for how tough and how hard they fought. Kevin's a special player. He has a unique ability to score in a variety of ways, whether it's creating shots, going all the way to the basket, stopping in the paint, shooting runners and floaters. And anytime you have a guy like that who can score from, at every point from 22 feet and in, he creates a lot of problems. And then today with 7 assists, I've said this before, if Kevin shoots 33% from 3 and averages 4 assists, I think he's an All-American. And I think he's one of the best point guards in the country. And when he has 7 assists like that, I just can't imagine too many guys that are better than him. Kevin was great. 4 steals in just 16 minutes. The steal and the dunk was amazing. Highlight reel, I hope. And he was just, his energy is great. His knowledge of the game is great. And he just played a tremendous game. And that's kind of our depth showing up. We want the really small lineup for a lot of the end of the game. But those guys are so tough. Ryan, Francis, Kevin Smith, they really make up for their lack of size with their toughness. I can see our guys, their confidence. I can see when they're talking coming to the huddle, even if it's, sometimes they're encouraging a teammate to do better, and sometimes they're talking a little bit more openly with their teammate to do better. And when we're talking and we're coming to the huddle and those guys are engaged, I can see that it's not a confidence issue at all, and it hasn't really been for us. Absolutely. And I think, again, that's what our depth has shown up as. If you look at our stat sheet, there's a big drop-off after the 5th leading scorer to the 6th leading scorer. So our depth hasn't shown up with, balanced scoring from 1 through 8, but it has shown up with different guys bringing their impact to the game, and different guys with their unique ability bring it to the game, whether that's Dan off the bench, Kevin Smith, Francis, Darian Brothers. These guys bring something to the game, and one way or another it shows up.
Is that as valuable to get out of these 2 games as last game the guys watched the last 15 minutes?
Right.
This time, key critical minutes for guys who aren't typically on the floor for long stretches in those times.
Yeah, I think it was extremely valuable. I think the game Wednesday night was good because we were able to deal with the ranking stuff and play a team that we were much better than and approached it the right way. And then tonight, we knew it would be a great game. It was a great game there. If we jumped it up tomorrow, it'd be another great game. George Washington plays hard. They're talented, even though they're young. But yeah, I think it was good. Different guys stepping up. We say all the time, they come in all different shapes and sizes, games. And one night, Kevin kind of really is unbelievable. And, tonight Gonzo's on the bench for much more than he probably has been all year. And you have to be able to adjust and be able to continue to be as tough as you can. It's great. I think that's great. We've been working very, very hard to not only do well, but to promote our team. I might not be the best promoter because I'm a little bit understated. But for us to come out and have a great crowd like that, that's great. And I know our guys really genuinely appreciate that. The only way we can approach it is to address another goal of ours, which is to win the A10. And if I said before, if we were in the A10 tournament with a week to play, if we were in the A10 championship hunt with a week to play, we'd be okay. And I don't know if that holds true now. And that's a difficult question for me to answer, but I would say I don't think we need to do anything magical. It's something that, number one, as crazy as it is, we talked about how good we would be even when we were not so good early in the seniors' career. And we talked about having great crowds and playing for the championship. We talked about all those things, and now that it's happened, or now that it's happening, I think we just continue to talk about it. We don't hide from any of that stuff. We want our guys to know that we're confident. As coaches, as a program, we're confident, and to go out there and handle it as best we can. No added pressure, just an added responsibility. You know, our alums were in today, and I told them that we feel a responsibility to uphold the tradition of Richmond basketball, and we hope we're doing the best we can. As big as they get, you know, for us to be going to Xavier, what will likely be the battle of two first-place teams. I don't know who Xavier plays Wednesday on national television. You know, with 3 games to go, that's great. That's where we want to be, and we're going to embrace that. Hopefully play as well as we can there and come home with what we hope is a great crowd again for Dayton. And, you know, we've been very, very good at home this year and try to close out our home season.
Kevin Anderson is the best player in the world. I want to make that clear. I'm being a little sarcastic. That was a little bit of a joke, so guys, loosen up a little bit. I'm the one that just lost. No, I thought Kevin played a fantastic game. I thought he really took over the game. I thought he was, without question, the difference. He made every big play. He made every big shot. If he didn't score, he was the guy that was giving the assist. I'm very proud of my team to come in this building, to play in this atmosphere. They were very excited. We were very, very prepared for this basketball game. This is not we're not into moral victories, but I will say I'm very, very proud of my young team. I thought they came in here and played extremely well. Then lastly, I want to say that I really take my hat off to Coach Mahoney. I think he is a fantastic coach. I think Richmond is very fortunate to have him. I think it was 3 years ago, I believe it was, maybe 4 years ago, I can't remember. We played Air Force out in California, and those were all the guys he recruited. And we played against those guys, and at the time, Richmond, I think, was struggling a little bit his first year or two. And I said to my coaches, Richmond is going to be a very, very good basketball team. And I based that on when we played Air Force a few years ago. And I think that he's doing a fantastic job, and I just can't say enough. And because this game was a hard-fought game, and they did all the right things down the stretch. This was the best ever. Even when we had our really good teams, and the year I think that we were in the top 25 or whatever, and whenever we played, there were great crowds. But this was the best crowd. I mean, this was fantastic. I mean, this was just a great college basketball game. It really was. Unfortunately, we were on the losing end, but it was just a tremendous crowd. They was enthusiastic throughout. Our players were very, very excited because we told them, hey, it's going to be sold out. The place is going to be going all over the place. We told them now the first 3 minutes, they're probably going to make every single shot. So we got to withstand those first 3 minutes. But I tell you what, the little guy, he makes you look special because we really handled, for the most part, them running their offense. The last 8 minutes of the game, it was basically Anderson making plays. It wasn't them running their split cuts and their flare screens. We really took that away. It was basically Anderson just taking command, taking control of the game, and he made plays. And once again, I want to say from the 8-minute mark on, he was the only person that scored baskets. And if he didn't score, he was the guy that was giving the assist to someone that scored. I mean, that says it all. How many points did he have in the first half? 7. Man, yeah, I think without question. These guys have been with him for a while, and you have to have 3 things, and they have those 3 things. Terrific point guard, obviously, in Anderson. A real good, steady veteran in Hopper. And then Gonzalez is he's the Robin. He does a little everything. He does all the dirty work. And the kid 44 Butler, he's as good a role player as there is. And he's tough as nails. He does all the little things that makes this team special. You know, when I first got the job at GW, Coach Beeline was here, and I remember a writer, I don't know if he's from Richmond or where he's from, but asked me about a rivalry, and I said, a rivalry? This is not a rivalry, but if someone asked me that question tonight, I would say this is starting to become a little bit of a rivalry. I think the last 2 years, I think we split with them. This year, they won 2 games. But it's becoming just a terrific basketball game when we play them. It really is, and we just got to find a way to come up with the win. But I think it's becoming a pretty good rivalry. I just hope that we can keep up with them.